Hey everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today, we're diving into a really important topic, when intimacy turns toxic. We often think about intimacy as something beautiful, something that brings two people closer. But what happens when that closeness starts to feel suffocating? When the love starts to feel more like control? We'll be talking about the often subtle yet incredibly damaging signs of a toxic relationship. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more insightful content. Picture this. You're trying something new, maybe a new hobby or a different style, and the person you love, the one who's supposed to be your biggest cheerleader, just keeps shooting you down. Every attempt is met with a sarcastic remark, an eye roll, or worse, a detailed explanation of why it's just not good enough. This, my friends, is constant criticism. It's like a slow drip of poison, slowly eroding your self-esteem, chipping away at your confidence. You start to question your every decision, wondering if you're really capable of doing anything right. But constant negativity, that's a whole different beast. It creates an environment where you feel unsafe to be yourself, to express yourself, to even think for yourself. And that, my loves, is not okay. You deserve to be celebrated, encouraged, and loved for who you are, flaws and all. Don't let anyone, not even a partner, dim your sparkle. If you're constantly being criticized, it might be time to reassess if this relationship is truly serving you. Let's talk about isolation, a tactic as old as time and just as insidious. It often starts subtly. Maybe your partner makes a snide comment about your best friend, or questions why you'd want to spend time with your family. Then the invitations to hang out with your friends become less frequent. The family gatherings feel strained. You find yourself making excuses for your partner's absence, slowly withdrawing from the people who love you most. This, my darlings, is no coincidence. Toxic partners thrive on control. They want to isolate you, to make you dependent on them for your emotional needs. They convince you that they are the only one you can trust, the only one who truly understands you. Stay connected to your support system. They are your lifeline, your reminder that you are loved, valued, and worthy of healthy, supportive relationships. A little jealousy, a pang of possessiveness, it's almost expected in a new relationship, right? It's cute, it's flattering, it shows they care. But what happens when that jealousy becomes all-consuming? When it morphs into something dark and controlling? Suddenly, that harmless glance at another person becomes a reason for suspicion. A night out with friends turns into an interrogation. You find yourself constantly reassuring your partner, trying to soothe their insecurities. But here's the thing about excessive jealousy. It's not about love. It's about control. A partner who truly loves and trusts you will want you to be happy, to have your own life, your own experiences. Don't mistake possessiveness for passion. If your partner's jealousy feels suffocating, it's time to have a serious conversation about boundaries and expectations. Let's talk about gaslighting, a particularly insidious form of emotional manipulation that can leave you questioning your own sanity. It's a gradual process, a slow drip of doubt that eats away at your perception of reality. You remember something clearly, but your partner insists it didn't happen that way. They deny saying things you know you heard them say. They accuse you of being too sensitive, too emotional, too crazy. And the worst part? You start to believe them. You doubt your own memories, your own intuition. You feel like you're going mad. Gaslighting is a form of abuse, plain and simple. It's designed to make you question your own judgment, to make you dependent on your partner for validation. It's a way for them to control the narrative, to maintain power and control in the relationship. If you find yourself constantly second-guessing yourself, if your instincts are screaming that something isn't right, trust them. You deserve to be heard, to be believed, to be respected. Boundaries, my dears, are the lines we draw in the sand, the limits we set to protect our physical, emotional, and mental well-being. In a healthy relationship, these boundaries are respected, even cherished. But in a toxic relationship, boundaries are seen as an obstacle, something to be bulldozed over in the name of love or closeness. Your partner might pressure you to do things you're not comfortable with, dismiss your feelings, or guilt trip you into compromising your values. They might make you feel selfish for needing space, for wanting to spend time alone, or for prioritizing your own needs. But here's the thing, setting boundaries is not selfish, it's self-care. It's about honoring yourself, knowing your worth, and refusing to settle for anything less than respect. You are allowed to have your own thoughts, feelings, and opinions, and you are allowed to expect your partner to respect them. Imagine this. You're getting ready for a night out, excited to catch up with friends, when your partner starts making snide comments about your outfit. They question who you'll be hanging out with, how much you'll be drinking, what time you'll be home. Suddenly, the excitement drains away, replaced by a knot of anxiety in your stomach. You find yourself changing your outfit, reconsidering your plans, all to avoid their disapproval. This, my friends, is controlling behavior, a hallmark of toxic relationships. It can manifest in countless ways: monitoring your phone, dictating who you can and can't be friends with, controlling your finances. The goal is always the same: to control your actions, your decisions, your life. A loving partner will encourage you to be your best self, to pursue your passions, to spread your wings and fly. They will celebrate your independence, not try to stifle it. You are a strong, capable individual deserving of autonomy and respect. Emotional manipulation. It's a subtle and insidious form of control, a way of using your emotions against you. It's the partner who makes you feel guilty for wanting to spend time with friends, who uses tears and tantrums to get their way, who makes you feel responsible for their happiness. It's the constant fear of saying or doing the wrong thing, of setting them off, of sparking another emotional outburst. You walk on eggshells, constantly trying to anticipate their moods, to keep the peace. But here's the thing about emotional manipulation: it thrives on your empathy, your kindness, your desire to please. Manipulators are masters at playing the victim and making you feel responsible for their emotions. But you are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. You deserve to be with someone who loves you unconditionally, who celebrates your strengths, and who supports you through your weaknesses. Have you ever noticed how some people seem incapable of taking responsibility for their actions? They're always the victim, always blaming others for their mistakes, their shortcomings, their unhappiness. This, my loves, is called blame shifting, a classic tactic used by toxic partners to avoid accountability and maintain control. Did something go wrong? It's your fault. Are they unhappy? You're not trying hard enough. They twist the narrative, project their insecurities onto you, leaving you feeling responsible for their emotions and actions. A healthy relationship involves two people who are willing to own their mistakes, to apologize when necessary, and to work together to find solutions. Constant blame shifting creates an environment of resentment and distrust, eroding the foundation of a loving partnership. Remember, you are not responsible for anyone's happiness but your own. Don't allow yourself to be a scapegoat for someone else's emotional baggage. Imagine this: you land your dream job, the one you've been working towards for years. Excited, you share the news with your partner, expecting celebration, encouragement, maybe even a proud tear or two. But instead of joy, you're met with indifference, maybe even a hint of resentment. They minimize your accomplishment, remind you of the challenges ahead, or worse, express concern that your success will somehow diminish them. This, my friends, is a classic example of a lack of support, a telltale sign of a toxic relationship. A loving partner will be your biggest cheerleader, celebrating your victories as their own. They will encourage you to pursue your passions, even if it means making sacrifices. They will stand by your side, offering a listening ear, a shoulder to cry on, and unwavering support through life's inevitable ups and downs. Don't settle for anything less. This is it, the one sign, the one deal breaker that should never ever be tolerated in any relationship: physical or verbal abuse. This isn't about a heated argument that escalated or a moment of frustration taken too far. This is about a pattern of behavior designed to intimidate, control, and diminish your sense of self-worth. Physical abuse is any intentional act that causes you physical pain or injury. Verbal abuse is the use of language to demean, belittle, or control you. It's the insults, the threats, the constant criticism designed to chip away at your self-esteem. If you are experiencing any form of abuse, please know that you are not alone. There are resources available to help you. You deserve to be safe, to be respected, to be loved without condition. So, we've covered a lot today, haven't we? From the subtle digs of constant criticism to the blatant aggression of physical abuse, toxic relationships can manifest in countless ways. If you recognize any of these signs in your relationship, it's important to seek help and support. Talk to a trusted friend, family member, therapist, or a domestic violence hotline. Remember, you are not alone. Leaving a toxic relationship can be one of the hardest things you'll ever do, but it's also one of the bravest and most empowering. You deserve to be in a healthy and loving relationship. one that brings you joy, support, and a deep sense of peace. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos like this.